Congressman Ryan.
Congressman Ryan.
Congressman Ryan.
Congressman Ryan.
I just wanted to say, I think it's pretty sad that people have to come here to talk to a picture of Paul Ryan.
I got to sit in your office for, I want to say, maybe 5-6 days, and you never showed.
You said after you had me arrested that what I'm doing was not a good way to advocate. We have no other means of having our voices heard, and I don't think that you understand this.
I represent the future you say that you're fighting for.
I went to work at 16 years old, and I've worked 53 years. You talk about Social Security, that's all we have.
I'm 55 years old, and I want to say to you, keep your hands off my Medicare and my Social Security. I'm looking forward to it.
The only insurance helping my family was one known as Social Security insurance. I do believe that is the correct name of the program, Social Security insurance.
I know the importance of Social Security because it helps save us from abject poverty, Paul.
We want to wake up, we want to go to work, come home to our families, and not worry that there's going to be a roof over their heads.
Since 2000, Kenosha's lost over 30% of its industry. Racine has lost over 33% of its industry. And Rock County, where you're from, lost over 54% of its industry.
I sat in Case High School Theater with over 200 educational assistants who were trying to figure out who was going to get a job and who wasn't. We ended up with 53 people taking less than 50% of employment. Less than 50%, you have to understand, means that they don't have insurance. The other 75 who were left had no job at all.
When my dad was laid off of work, I had to pay my way through college, and it was an expensive private school. Took on $65,000 a month. For years, I looked for a job in the industry I wanted to, which was banking. I've been out of school for a year now, going on 2 years now. I have not found a job making more than $9 an hour. All I feel like I've been competing for is to compete to be more in debt. How is this you trying to take care of your future? I am your future, I'm struggling.
Even I remember a time when I was paid a living wage. I remember a time when I could afford to go out to eat, when I could go for drinks with my friends, when I could take my daughter to the store and actually get her something if she asked me. Now sometimes I wonder how I'm going to put food on the table.
If these young people would get jobs and go back to work, maybe they could pay into Social Security so we would be able to get our Social Security. And then if you take all of our Social Security away, what's going to happen to me and my handicapped daughter?
Very hard for 2 years to earn my degree as an office assistant. And where did it get me today? I'm still unemployed. My unemployment money is gone. I am poor. I am a very poor person. Us people here help put you in office. Now what are you going to do to help us get re-employed? I am tired of being unemployed. It is shameful that 46.2 million of our citizens in this country have annual earnings below the poverty line.
When you talk about how good Wisconsin is doing, I'm sure you've forgotten how many people have been without jobs for years.
We must support our citizens and not the rich friends and corporations that you support.
The idea that you favored Wall Street over Main Street is very upsetting. Whose side are you on? I think we know.
Why do we have companies in Wisconsin who pay almost zero taxes, and yet you say companies need to have all this? They're not paying taxes because they have lawyers and accountants that figure out a way to create the loopholes that you're supposed to be stopping. You're the one that needs to do your job. This creating this problem.
One of the things that most of us have found out the hard way is how difficult it is to actually get and sit and talk with you on a one-to-one basis. Now, you've been quoted oftentimes as saying, all you have to do is contact my office and we'll set up a meeting. You can hear the chuckling in the background. The truth of the matter is, Congressman, that when people try to do that, the best they can hope for is maybe a telephonic town hall meeting.
we're pretty awake right now. We understand what you're doing. I honestly don't believe that you're going to answer any one of these questions, or even acknowledge us for that matter.
I voted for you. I don't see myself making that mistake again.
How about listening to us instead of you with your pointer and your overhead screen and all of your staff members and police surrounding the place and threatening us that if we don't sit down and listen to you for 45 minutes of an hour listening session, we'll be thrown out by the police. I would appreciate that, Paul, if you listen to us.
What does a $600 bottle of wine taste like?